Stephanie Milky here, aka KetoMOM, or often called mom, sis, Steffi, daughter, wife, aunt, and friend. Just like many of you, I carry a lot of titles. My favorite title is mom. I should probably say wife, which takes a lot of my time. But let's be honest, if you want to do something and do it well, you will make the time for it. Commitment is hard because we find ourselves overcommitted, but when you practice prioritizing, you will find out what is actually important and what you can let go. With the KetoMOM podcast, you will learn together how to manage our time, commit to the most important things in life, and I will equip you with the tools you need to feel qualified each step of the way. My name is Stephanie Milky, and welcome to the KetoMOM Secrets podcast.
Hello, everybody. Hey, welcome to my Monday morning. I was actually going to say Monday morning look, but you might go, Steph, you look like that all the time. That is a twig, not my hair. Hey, real quick. A question just came in and I thought I would address it. We had a long day of homeschool today. It was long. It was a lot. Just kind of had a long afternoon. So, and some Zooms. But the question is, Stephanie, why are you doing carnivore for 30 days? What's the difference between carnivore, keto, and low carb? So I'm going to give you the quickest answer possible. And here's what I want you to understand is, like on the KetoMOM page, I did keto, like strict keto, 8 years ago for probably about a year. We tracked everything, and I want to give you an understanding of what the difference is. So as you're tuning in, where are you tuning in from? Can you hear me okay? I'm outside. Oh, you're sweet. Thanks. Okay, so keto. If you're doing keto, like if you're really keto, which just so you know, is really for medical reasons, right? It started out for medical reasons, but keto is really high fat, really low carb. You're tracking everything that you eat, and you're pricking your finger to make sure you're in ketosis, or you're peeing on a stick. Like, keto has to be done right. You need to drink plenty of water and electrolytes, period.com. Like, those people, anybody that says they're doing dirty keto, lazy keto, whatever they're doing, it is called low carb. So you've got keto, super strict, you're tracking everything. Then you've got low carb. Low carb is, you're a little less like, you might not track everything, which is fine. A lot of people don't want to. So they'll go, okay, for breakfast, I'm not going to have the English muffin or the donut. I'm going to have the eggs and sausage. For lunch, I'm going to have a salad with no croutons. For dinner, I'm going to have a bunless burger. Like, you're consciously making decisions to get rid of the sugar and the carbs, right? You might use more like low carb wraps, some of those keto snacks. That's all low carb. Does that make sense? Keto, like a true keto diet, does not do a lot of low carb wraps. A true keto diet does not use a lot of like keto prepackaged snacks. Let me ask you this question. How are you currently eating? Are you keto? Are you low carb? And in the low carb category, I consider dirty keto, lazy keto, anything that's not tracking every single thing you eat is low carb. Now we're doing carnivore for 30 days. I'll tell you why. It's actually not much different than when I do keto, except for I'm not eating any low carb wraps. I'm not eating any prepackaged keto snacks. I'm not eating peanut butter and vegetables. So carnivore kind of falls in line with somebody that's like keto. People say keto, and I always have to go, okay, what kind of keto? Carnivore is the same. If you're doing carnivore, somebody would do meat, a little bit of dairy. It's mainly meat, eggs, some dairy, and some people add a little bit of fruit. Now, I'm not vegetables, I'm so sorry, I'm not eating those. We take these little pills that are like liver pills and like intestine enzymes. I know, sounds disgusting, but a true carnivore, just like a true keto person is tracking everything, really high fat, really low carb, like they are on it. A true carnivore is eating head to tail. That means they're eating like liver and all the things. I won't do that. Like some of you are like, I'm not going to be strict keto, but I'll do low carb. I'm not going to be strict carnivore, but I'll do the best that I can, meaning I do meats, eggs, add in some dairy, and I don't love fruit, but if I need something sweet, I might have a bite of an apple or some strawberries or things like that. So the reason I'm doing that, my husband did carnivore over a year ago. He lost probably 40 pounds, but he felt great. I'm actually doing it personally for my own, I'm working on some hormone stuff. I'm 40 and almost 41. And it's interesting because, you know, as we age, my goal is to be active and healthy and strong for my kids, to be able to go, like, I'm running and I'm cold plunging. And there are just some things for me personally that I'm like, all right, I feel like I need to make a little shift. And this just made sense to me. I did a lot of research with it. And so that's what I'm diving into. I'm actually getting blood work done tomorrow. And I'll let you know how that goes. But I'm personally doing it, which I will tell you, as we get older, and I have been reading and learning from other doctors that getting done blood work quarterly or at least twice a year just to see where you're at is super important. So I'm going to set a base. I'm getting some blood work done, making sure all of my hormones are in alignment. And yeah, it's just something that I'm taking it's important to me to be healthy. Like, for me, health is wealth. So I want to know this. How are you eating? Or how do you want to eat? How can I help you? If you want to do keto, I'll give you some suggestions, 100%. Like, if you want to do low carb, I'll give you some food ideas. Like, if you just need a very baseline on how to eat, just getting started, post food below and I'll give you some suggestions. And just so you know, like, I can help you. I can hold your hand. I'll give you some suggestions. I'll tell you, like, this worked for me. This didn't work for me. I'll give you recipes. You can go to KetoMOMsecrets.com, all one word, KetoMOMsecrets.com, and you can get recipes. I'll share some here. If you want to know how to do carnivore, I'm not an expert. I'm learning. I'm sharing as I go. But Google has all the things we need to know, right? Oftentimes people will ask me about this cold plunge that I have here. I'll show you right here. This is what our cold plunge looks like. Like, we get into, well, not that pool, although it feels like it. That blue, that is a cold plunge. You open it up, it's like a freezer, right? Looks like a freezer. It's freezing. I think it's at 45 right now. But our goal, my husband does it every day. My goal is at least 3 times a week. It's so hard. But, you know, people will say, Stephanie, why do you cold plunge? There's a lot of things that I do that my husband loves. My husband loves, like, red lights and cold plunge therapy and sauna work. And he does all of these things, right? We've got this new EMS suit that we're doing. And I always say, listen, if you don't know the answer, I teach my kids, like, here's the best thing to learn. And here's something you should teach your kids. If you don't know the answer, you can for sure ask me, but also all you have to do is go Google it. So my girls will be like, Mom, what is this? And I'm like, I need you to go find the answer. Find the answer and tell me what you think, and I'll give you my suggestion, right? Because the best thing we can teach our kids and ourselves is go figure it out, go find the answer. Don't wait for somebody to answer you, because we have so many resources at our fingertips. So if you want to know how to do something, like, if you send me a message and I don't get back to you right away, which I really try, but if I don't, there's a lot of resources that you can find an answer so fast, right? So fast. Anyways, are you telling my husband to follow somebody? Maybe. So anyways, we're doing carnivore for 30 days. It's so interesting because I drink ketones every single day, right? Ketones help with your energy, your focus, your fat loss. I just got a whole bunch of samples, trial packs ready to mail out. But my husband said to me today, we were sitting at the table homeschooling our girls, which, by the way, if I have not met you, I'm Stephanie. Hi. Intermittent fasting is powerful. Yes, Greg says intermittent fasting is powerful. And I can't read all the things. I'll read your messages when you comment below, and I'll send you a message back. But my husband said, man, Stephanie, like, there's a difference between low carb and carnivore. And I'm going to tell you, after doing this for 8 straight days, I have this many cravings. Here's what I will say. I actually got really irritated with this girl that I follow online, so I decided to stop following her. I really should do my hair. Okay. So this nutritionist, I don't even know how I follow her, but her video popped up and she was irritated at people that teach how other people to eat. She's like, I am a certified nutritionist. There should be absolutely no diets. If you want to eat an M&M, like, eat an M&M. And she's teaching people how to make healthier options, but to fall within your macros. And listen, I get it. Like, if you want to lose weight, how do you think you lose weight? It's not a secret diet, right? Like, the diet that's going to work for you is the one you stick with long term. But to lose weight, you have to eat less food. You've got, like, a calorie deficit, right? Like, lose weight, calorie deficit. So what frustrated me about her is she was really bashing other diets, and she makes these treats and she's like, listen, only eat one. Well, guess what? There are people that eat one M&M and they don't just eat one M&M, because what happens when you introduce certain foods to your body? Your body craves it. And if you can't control the craving, then you get frustrated and hangry, and then you go eat the whole bag. So like my husband, for example, he would say, Stephanie, I need all treats out of the house. I can't just eat one, because he's like, it's in my mind. He grew up like drinking Surge Pop, eating boxes of Twinkies. Like he knows it. He's like, he goes, my biggest challenge that he has to overcome in his mind every single day is sugar. Like it's like a drug. And so when it's out of the house and out of sight, out of mind, but if he introduces it one time, he's like, I can't just have one Oreo. I can't, can anybody relate? He goes, if I just eat one, then it's like it's on my mind and I think about it. What's interesting is when he dives into carnivore, he's like, he was sitting at the table today and he's like, it's so funny because I'm not eating low carb wraps and I'm not, eating some of the better chip options. I'm not eating other things. He goes, all of my cravings are gone. He's like, when I eat this way, I feel amazing. And that's what you need to do, is you need to figure out how you feel amazing. It's listening to your body and doing what works for you. Not because a nutritionist that's certified said you can have 5 M&Ms and that should be fine, that falls within your calorie deficit. I don't think she follows me, and she wouldn't know anyways, but because there's lots of them. But it's interesting because when somebody says, well, I said this to my husband for years. I said, babe, just control your food. I would say like, the kids want a snack, don't eat it. Or I would say like, just eat one. And he physically, in his body, he was like, Stephanie, you don't get it. And he's like, you're not going to get it because you're not a food addict. He's like, it does something in my brain. When I see it, it triggers something in my body. When I eat one, I want to eat the entire container and it drives me nuts, right? So like, as we dive into this new year and you've got so many people teaching you how to eat, you've got to figure out what works for you. How does your body feel? How do you operate? Like, I know my body, and when I don't feel 100% or I don't feel right, I was like, I need a blood panel. I'm going to take a couple shifts. I'm cutting out even like low carb chips. I've cut out wraps. And I know what works for me. If I don't feel good, I'll switch it, but I feel incredible. Like I didn't have a lot of cravings, again, because ketones help. I drink a ton of water, but I feel amazing. And this is what I'm going to do, right? It doesn't mean I'm not going to give you keto recipes. It doesn't mean I'm not going to help you make better choices and share with you different types of keto low carb meals. But right now, I'm sticking to meats, eggs, a little bit of dairy. I don't like fruit, but if I do need something sweet, which my ketones really curb that, I just feel good. And that's the point, is if you're not willing to listen to your body, then you're just going to jump, and none of it's going to work. The diet that's going to work for you is you want to stick with long-term as you feel amazing. So pay attention to your body. That's the kicker here. If you didn't watch my morning live, I'm doing a live every single day. I'm giving you a word. And if you write this word down and you listen to the lives every single day, so it doesn't matter if you listen to this morning, this one counts. I'm going to give you a word. And then if you listen to them for the next 5 days, Monday through Friday, on Saturday, you can enter to win. I'm going to have a little form. You fill it out, put your name in, put all 5 words. You might win some ketones. I'm going to give some away. So, so if you eat, okay, I'll answer questions later. I'll send you a message. Carnivore does not include veggies, which I'm going to say one more thing, and then I'll give you the word. If you really understood how our food is made, like somebody gave me a hard time the other day because I wasn't eating vegetables. And I said, I can eat vegetables. They either need to be grown from my own garden if I want the nutrients from them, or I need to make sure they're coming from more of an organic source, because if you understand how our food is processed, same as our meat. I get it, right? And we can't all eat organic, all this homegrown farm food. I get it. We're in the same boat. We shop at Costco. It's the best meat that I've got right now. But what I'm going to tell you is this. Our food is not the same food that Laura Ingalls had, or the ground does not have the nutrients that the ground used to have. And our, the way that they're farming these vegetables, they're not letting the land rest. So you might feel like I'm not getting the nutrients that I need, and I'm doing the best that I can, like all of us are, and I'm taking specific vitamins for it. So anyways, that's why I don't actually really love vegetables. I just eat them in the past. So the word that I'm going to give you today that if you're going to grab all of the words and you're going to enter to win on Saturday, the word is decide. Take a notebook, take a piece of paper, take a Post-it note, jot it in your phone. The word is decide. I want you to decide what you want to start, what you want to keep going with, what you want to do, what you want to try, because there's so many people that sit in this indecisiveness of not trying anything because there's this paralysis of what if I get it wrong? What if I don't do it right? It's all right. Like if you fall or fail, you don't feel good or it doesn't work, you make a pivot. But if you don't ever decide, you're going to sit in the same space that you are today and never get better or never learn or never grow. You're going to go backwards. So you need to make a decision today. What do you want? Where are you going? Even if it's just one thing, what is something you're going to try to make you to be the best version of you? It really should entail your health, because health is wealth. You can have as much money in the bank as anybody. You can be the wealthiest person in the world. And guess what? You can still get sick. And you can still be super unhealthy, that if something were to happen, you can't take that with you to heaven. You can't take that with you anywhere after you're dead. So I'm going to tell you that your health is important. Your health is wealth. And I am here to encourage you, help you along the way. Reach out with questions. Ask any questions below. The word is decide. Collect all 5 words. You can enter to win on Saturday. I hope you guys have an incredible day. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you very soon. Oh, if you want trial packs, I'm popping over to the, what time is it? I'm going to drop them off today and tomorrow. If you've never tried ketones, post trial in the comments. They're amazing. They are really incredible. So energy, focus, fat loss, they help you with all of the things you need as you dive into eating healthier. Talk to you soon.